Yeah. Did I bring, y'all? Oh, I'm gonna say, did I just come all the way here and did not bring my phone? Like literally, I was like, did I just come all the way here and did not bring my phone? Like, did not bring my phone. Hey guys, how you doing? We're doing our pop-up training inside of our group. Let me go to our group right now to make sure that you guys can hear me and that all is well. Let me go straight to my group. Come on in here. Give me a one in the chat. Just make sure that you can hear me. I'm trying to get my lighting right, y'all. And it's getting on my nerves because it's bright in my room, but it's not as bright as I want it to be anywhere else. So you know how that can be. And I want you guys to be able to see my whiteboard. Come on in here. We're going to be talking about our pre-challenge pop-up training and boosting your leads. So come in here. Give me a one in the chat to make sure that you can hear me and all that is well. One in the chat to make sure that you can hear me. Y'all, this is going to be so good. So good. This is our pre-challenge training before the actual training that goes down. We have a 5-day challenge, 5-day challenge, teaching you how to build your credibility and move your credibility to cash flow. So this is our pre-challenge. If you have not signed up for the 5-day challenge, it starts Monday. Why haven't you? I would highly recommend signing up, and I would also highly recommend you going to get the VIP, because the VIP, you're able to come on Zoom and talk with me, not just me talking like on here, and I'll be able to answer any questions about growing your business that you want to ask. So, and it's VIP is $47. If listen, $47. I can't. If you don't have $47, I don't know what to tell you. I just don't know what to tell you. For I just don't know because, yeah, and that's just me being honest. All right, so you can go to Credibility Cash Flow Challenge. I'm putting it in the link in the chat because someone said I didn't have it in the link last time. They had a hard time getting it. So the link is right there inside of the chat. Why is it showing? You can go there to the link, but I want to get started, y'all, because I know it's 11 o'clock and I want to get started. Some of you guys, hey, where are you guys tuning in from? Let me know where you tuning in from. Let me know who you are and what you do. Let's hit it. Let's go. All right. So I wanted to, no, I did not. I said I wanted to check to make sure that you guys can hear me and everything is good on my end. That's what I said. Okay, good. You guys can hear me. I'm good to go. Okay, good. Some of y'all are tuning in from YouTube. Hello, YouTube. Y'all are in the house. All right. So this is our pre-challenge pop-up training. The reason why this training is so effective is because I'm going to be showing you how to generate 20 to 80. Let me say it again. Who wants 20 to 80 leads daily? 20 to 80 leads daily. Who wants that? Give me a me in the chat if that would be helpful for you. Who wants that? 20 to 80 leads per day. We're going to be showing you how we're able to do that, how we're doing that, how I teach my clients how to do that. So this is a quick pop-up training. Thank y'all for saying me. Hey, Danielle, how you doing? I also dropped the link to our challenge that's going to be coming up on Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank y'all for saying me in the chat. Hey, Joyce, how are you doing, gorgeous? How are you? All right. Would it be helpful? You know, we're in the space of finance. Most of my finance people in here, tell us who you are, tell us what you do so we can know who you are and pretty much what you do. We have any finance people in here? We have any insurance people in here? Who all do we have? We have any real estate people in here? Um, is there any real estate or finance people in here? And also, y'all, I am going to be giving away, I don't know if you guys know this, as I'm going to be giving away, I have 2 of these books. I'm going to be giving away my 100 leads from Alex. He has a website that you can literally get the digital one for free, but I'm a person who loves visual. So if you're like me, and you got to Google who he is, how to get strangers to buy your stuff. And I have always been a big fan of him. I bought 3 of these books myself. And I want to give it away to my community. So if you hold a VIP ticket for $47, and it was, listen, the books cost me almost 3, is it 300? I paid for 3 books right? So I'm giving this book away to my VIP people who invested in themselves for $47 to come to our challenge. So I'm going to be giving that. We'll mail this book to you. There's a website you can go to get the digital one. But I know you love, if you're like me and you like to highlight and you like to do stuff, that I'm giving this away too for the people who sign up. We're going to do a raffle. If you sign up for our $47 VIP experience, you also get 2 trainings from me when you sign up for that VIP experience for our 5-day challenge that's coming up on Monday. So we got a lot of giveaways, and y'all know every challenge I will give away a gift card to Amazon. I'm always a giver, always a giver. So we have the link inside right here, Credibility Cash Flow Challenge. All right, let me get into it. Now, I want to ask you a question, and I want to hear your feedback. I got some people from Georgia. I got some people from Washington. I got Seattle. I will come on now. Hey, beautiful. Hey, gorgeous. How are you? All right. So I want to ask you a question. I really want to know that, would you agree that if you double your leads, you double your business? Would you agree that if you double your leads, you would double your business? Yes, yes. Give me a yes, yes in the chat if you agree to that. If you double your leads, you would double your business. Would you agree that to that? And the reason why I'm saying that, asking you this question, is because when you're in business, there is so much that you have to focus on. So much that you have to focus on when you're in business. There's so much stuff. And while you're in business, there's so much part. So you just started out our goal. I think you read my email when Angel sent it out. You know, our job is always for you to make your 6-figure months, not year, but months. That's our mission, for you to make your 6-figure months. So we teach you how to compress time to make money faster. So when you make that money, our only one request is to give some of that money away to your favorite charity. That's what my mission is. If I teach you how to make your 6-figure months, you will take that money and you give that money, some of that money, away to your favorite charity. And I'm only saying that because that's what I do in my business already. That's what I do. So with that being said, let's get into it, and tag somebody that you know that need to be in this training is not here today. Are you agreeing that if you double your leads, you would double your business? When I got in finance, if it's okay for me to kind of tell you on my story, when I got in finance, the challenge that I had in finance is they teach you to focus on knowing the product. They teach you to focus on making calls, but they didn't kind of tell you the why behind the product. They didn't kind of tell you the why. And I love to train people and tell them the why behind why they're doing the thing that they're doing. One of the reasons why you want to focus on getting leads. Leads should be your number one focus. Let me start there. Leads should be your number one focus when you get into this game. And the reason why leads need to be your number one focus when you get in your game, because you realize if you double your leads, then you will be able to have more people to sell to. One of the challenges that we're having right now, because nobody's teaching you how to generate your leads. They're teaching you how to talk to somebody, then say goodbye. Talk to somebody, then say goodbye. So let's say I'm going to bring this up further. Let's say you talk to someone and they say no to you. That person say no today doesn't mean that they don't want you next week, next year, next month. So what I learned quickly inside of this space is to focus more on generating leads more than trying to focus on, let me get some lighting over here, y'all. I need my lighting. There you go. I learned to focus more on generating the leads more than I focus on anything else in my business. Your number one focus, put leads in the chat, is to learn how to focus on leads. That's your number one focus. That's the number one mastery you should have. And that's I heard Charlene Johnson, she's a master at generating leads on Instagram, and she said, I know how successful your business is based on how much people is on your email list. Based on how many people on your email list, I can tell you how successful your business is. So that's how important having leads. Notice I didn't say book of business. There's a difference. Book of business is people who have already signed up with you. I didn't say having a whole bunch of book of business. I said having leads. Leads. And because some of y'all are paying money for a third party to generate leads that you can generate yourself. Come on, that you can generate yourself, right? Some of y'all are paying for branded leads that you can brand your own self and be branded leads. Hello. And so the question is, what is stopping, instead of you paying a third party to generate the leads for you, I want to help you to be able to generate your own leads so you can stop paying that third party that you're paying to generate leads. Is that okay? Give me a yes in the chat if that is okay. Yeah, focus on leads. That's the number one thing you need to do. Is that okay? Because some people say, hey, buy branded leads, and they'll tell you all this stuff. But yes, it's great, but you are a brand. So why are you buying somebody else's branded leads that you can do? Right? So I'm teaching you how they build their brand. So when they build their brand, what happened is they build their brand, and now they have so much leads coming in. So now they're selling the leads to you. So doesn't it make sense for you to learn how to build your own brand? So leads are now coming into you, that you don't have to use somebody else's credibility. So you don't have to use somebody else's credibility to generate your own leads. Does that make sense? So I see it all the time. You're buying a third party lead because they're putting in the work, getting the lead. But if you take the time to master how to generate leads, you don't have to buy leads outside, because we just said the importance of growing your business is if you double your leads, you double your business, you double your goal. So let me put in the chat right now, what is your revenue goal? How much money you want to make? Our business, our mission is always to teach you how to make your first six-figure months, right? And we do that through leads, right? We do that teaching you how you become your own lead machine based on your expertise and your credibility. So put in the month what type of money you want to manifest in your life right now. Go ahead and put it in the chat. And when you put the amount of money you want, boom, somebody said, boom, somebody got it. They got it. They got it. Boom. Ryan say, boom. And if you want to generate your leads, the first step is to make sure you're already in our 5-day challenge, because we're going to dive deeper in this, because I only have less than an hour to go through this and I won't have time. So make sure you are signed up for our credibility cash flow challenge. We have 5 days. We're going to show you how to generate leads and using your pocketbook message. I call it core pocketbook message. They open their pocket with their wallets to you, the wallet message, where you say something and like, oh, let's go, I'm ready to say yes to you. All right. Yes. All right. Thank you guys. I love that. So Tracy say 100K. Give me some more. What is your monthly revenue goal you want to manifest? What is your monthly revenue? Oh, and Tracy, is that per month that you want to manifest this, or is that per year? 100K per year, or is that 100K per month? Let's be clear. Write the vision, make it plain. That's what the Bible says, right? So go ahead and ask for what you want. Is it 100K month or 100K year that you want to make? If you're just joining us, we're talking about how to boost your leads for free. That's what we're talking. Our mission is to help you make your first six-figure month. And it's a pop-up training we're doing. This is a pre-training before you go into, this is a pre-training before we start our challenge. So everyone on here, you should be already signed up for our challenge. And if you have not signed up yet, make sure that it's in the chat. You can grab it. Okay. All right. Let me go deeper. So I see 100K per year. She said, I'll be good with 7K. Oh, that's very doable. 7K per month. That's super doable. Miss Cutter, how you doing? That is super doable. Yes, 100K months in production. I'll be okay. So here's another thing I want to talk about. I was thinking about this when I was driving with my son, before I get deep into what we're to the details. I was driving with my son this morning, and I said, we all want money, and the money give us the freedom, right? We all want time and freedom. That's what everybody wants, no matter what business you're in. You want time and you want freedom. Yes, that's what you want in your business. And when I started thinking about life insurance and thinking about taxes, because I normally, most people who come to me, they're either in bookkeeping, life insurance, taxes, Medicaid. My clients are either in that space. And I'm saying to myself, like I love making money, but I want to make money where we can go away, right? I just came back from New York with my family. My husband and I are going on our anniversary, and then I'm flying to Dubai, right? These are 3 months of me on vacation, 3 months, and still making money in my business, still making money. So really, when you're thinking about these 100K months that you want to make, or 7K months that Lisa says you want to make, you got to understand that, make sure from the foundation your business is set up that you can actually have the true freedom, because that's what I didn't have in the beginning. I was making the money, but I didn't have the freedom. So you got to design a business early that is conducive to your lifestyle, and having leads is how you're able to do that. I'm going to be showing you how in a few minutes, right? That's what is so important, because we say we want to make this money, but we don't want to be hustling trying to make the money. We want to be able to compress time to be able to make this money. Does that make sense? Yes, yes. And the reason I'm saying that is because, let me ask you a question, and I want you to be honest with yourself, even if you don't want to put it in the chat. Let me ask you a question. Are you still making money if you're not writing somebody's taxes, or if you're not writing a policy? Can you still? And I want you to really ask yourself. I know I'm going deep, and I know I'm snatching some edges, but guess what? This is what it takes right now. Y'all didn't know you didn't come for this, right? But I really want you to think about it right now, this second. Are you still making money? Unless you have a side job, or unless you have a 9 to 5, that's a little bit different. But are you still making money if you're not writing a policy? Because that's what we want to get to. Like I said, I was making money, I was writing a policy, but I just feel like I was stuck in front of my computer all day. How many of y'all feel like that right now? Put stuck in the chat if you're feeling like, I'm stuck in the computer, I'm stuck in not knowing how to market my business, I'm stuck in, I have to constantly keep writing, I have to keep up with my production, because if I don't keep up with my production, I'm going to lose sale, I'm going to lose money. How many of y'all are feeling that? Put me in the chat just for your honesty. Me in the chat. I'm stuck in my market. There's nobody calling you at all. The solution is to sign up for a 5-day challenge that we have coming up. There's nobody gonna be calling. I just want to see where we are, and I love your honesty as we go, because that I was driving with my son, and I'm like, well, what's the sense making 100K if you're making 100K and you have to constantly be there to keep up with production? You have to constantly be writing. So when do you have time? She says, stuck in the rut. Yes, I'm getting some stuff coming in right now. Thank y'all for your honesty. So when we talk, so we have to be clear that we want to make this money, but we want to make it in a way that is conducive to our lifestyle. That doesn't mean that you don't work. Because listen, my assistant would tell you, I'm one of the hardest working women on the block. But when I break, right? So when I'm going with my girlfriend to Dubai in a few hold on, y'all. I spill ice on my floor, and I didn't want it to be. I'm going with my girlfriend to Dubai in a few days. And so I work, right? I work. So when we're talking about generating leads and talking about really setting up the blueprint of your business, you really have to kind of take a musa and say, okay, I want to make 100K months. I want to make 7K months. But I want to make sure that the way I generate my leads is conducive to my lifestyle. Are y'all getting this? It's conducive to what I can do. All right. So we made it clear that not just making money, because we can do that, right? But we also got to make sure the way we make our money is conducive to us still having time for our family, still taking vacation. That was super important for me. Am I the only one that was super important for? That was super important for me. All right. So let me get into what we're going to be, what I want to show you really quick. I just want you to kind of keep that in mind. Now, inside the chat right now, tell me how you are currently generating your leads. How are people hearing about you now? How are people hearing about you? So if you're saying that you want to make 100K per month. If you want to make 100K per month, how are you? Where are you at in getting started? Where are you at right now? Are you making? Give me a build in the chat if you're making 5K or less. I would stick with that. Give me a build in the chat. You're just building, you're just starting out, you're new to the space of building a business, not new to industry. Understand what I'm saying? You could be a darn CEO of a big company and decide to leave the company and start your financial business. That don't mean your expertise is still good, but you're built to the stage. You're making on the 5K on your own in your business, or you are in the growth stage where you're over 5K per month and you're making, let's say, 10K per month. That was how. And then if you're over 10K per month, that is your scale stage. So are you in a built 5K and under, 10K or above if you're in the growth stage? And then if you're over 10K, you're in the scale stage. You're up there like 20K and so on. Put a build, growth, or scale in the chat so I can make sure I really target what I'm getting ready to say towards what you got to say. Go ahead and put in the chat right now so I can see where you are. Some of you guys say word of mouth. This is how they're getting their referral. Word of mouth and current clients building at a 5K and under. Okay, thank you for your honesty. Okay, thank you for your honesty. So some of you say you're in the build stage. So I have some build people. See, the reason I do this is to show you you're not alone. If we don't have these master classes or these pop-up training, you'll be here by yourself thinking, this is not for me. I'm the only one. Everybody making money. I'm not. And I'm trying to show you, baby, we all was in the build stage. We all started in the build stage. Like, baby. But let me tell you what I did in that build stage. I don't pass up because I wanted to get to growth. So when I'm under 5K or less, my belief system is I need to be around people who are making 10K, right? Because I can't pass 10K to go to 20K. So I need to be around the growth people. I need to be around those people because me in the build stage by myself, even when I speak on stage, and some of y'all have seen me on stage before, I always say, hey, if you're in the build stage, when we have lunch, go sit with people in the growth stage. That's what I do. I literally do that inside of when I'm speaking on stage because I want your mind and belief system to be elevated to figure out what did the growth people do so that they can raise their expectation. Because you can't be around people who are already at their 10K and not be the magnetic energy that does. Oh my gosh, it's literally transformative. So we all started from our build stage, but we all got there by doing two things. One, consistently putting us in rooms like this. So if you're in the build stage, you should already sign up for a $47 VIP experience. Now the challenge is free, but I want to encourage you not just to take the free. I want you to be at the $47 level because that's what's going to get you to the next growth stage. Like you can't move without not being in that space. Does that make sense? Someone said, I am under 5K purchase leads and building agency. Okay, let me say this too. If you're under 5K, I do not recommend you purchasing leads. I know what people may have said to you, your tax partners, your uplines may have said to you. I do not recommend you going in the negative to make money. I do not. I know it's not the popular belief of what everybody said. I do not believe that you should be gambling if you're making under 5K. Because you have some expertise. Your brand, yourself can generate leads today. You can get a client today, just you increasing your visibility. So there's no need. I have a client that you meet her inside of our challenge, and she's making 6K on 6K. Now, mind you, she was even making more, but she had to struggle. She's making 6K a week using my system, using my formula, using my marketing formula, and 6K. And it's all she's doing is showing up on social media at her time, not the world time, not the algorithms time, at her time. And she's making 6K a week. I do not recommend, if you're in the build stage, you're under 5K, let me just kind of say that, because we want your money to be in your home, in your pocketbook with your kids. And your business also requires certain things. Your business may require, she says, say what? Yes, that's the honest truth. I don't recommend you purchasing leads with money you don't have yet. Now you're going into negative before you even get the money, So I really want you to understand. And that's why I'd rather you buy a $47 VIP experience challenge with me than you buying $200 leads and calling strangers that you have not built a like, know, and trust factor with them. And the time it takes for you to call these strangers, it could be time you take to grab your iPhone, go live, give 3 topics on your expertise in education, and ask somebody to call you. That's simple. I mean, we go deeper in that. But the point is, I just don't agree with that. I'm going to be honest with you. And I know not everybody's going to agree with me, but hey, that's it is what it is. All right. And and I'm going to explain what I did to make my money. That happened to me until I stopped. You're so correct. Lost so much money. Exactly. So now the question now is, well, how do we get these leads, Sherry? You're saying all that, but how do we get these leads? Well, so I'm going to show you. I'm going to use my whiteboard. Give me a yes right now if you can see my whiteboard clear. I'm just going to put a 1 to just make sure that you can see it. That just make sure that you can see some. Give me a yes. So she said, talking about disrupting the industry. I am. I came to disrupt the financial industry. I did, because the reason I said that is, remember I asked y'all earlier. I said to you, I said, if you're not writing a policy, or if you're not doing taxes, are you still getting paid? And some of you guys say, no, I'm not. And they say, no, I'm not. So I am here to challenge you and tell you that from the foundation, you have to build a business around yourself, around your brand, around who you are, around a framework of how you help people. So I noticed that so this is you. This is you. Your mission, your belief. I hope y'all have your notebook. I'm ready to go. This is your mission, your belief. Like, I believe that women should be independent, to have their own money. And then over here is your system, or what we call your framework of how you get people results. So they're connected. Right? They're connected. It's you. Let me get closer so you can probably see it. So it's you, your mission, your belief, and then your system. So you, as in, like, for example, myself, I'm an immigrant. That's how I have an accent, right? I'm a mom, right? I'm in finance. I'm a speaker. I'm a life coach. Right? So all the character, I'm a Black woman, right? I have a degree in business, whatever it is, that's me. That's my belief. I have a nonprofit organization, whatever it may be. So this is me. But from me, there is a system that I use to get people results, which you also have that system. You following? Yes in the chat. Give me a 2 in the chat, because y'all been saying yes is a lot. Give me a 2 in the chat if you're following it. So this is you, and this is your system. You, the brand. Oh my God, I haven't even started teaching yet. I just kind of went here. You, the brand. Give me a 2 in the chat if this is making sense. You, the brand, based on your characteristics. You get the people in based on you. So just imagine when you're buying branded leads from other people, you're the brand. So why you can't be your own branded leads? It doesn't make sense to me. But anyways, let me say that. And yet, so if y'all better tag somebody that need to be in this training, because we're going in. But so this is your mission. This is the things you believe. And the reason why it's important to voice the things you believe, just like I just said, if you're under 5K, you should not be buying leads, is because whoever don't believe me, they don't have to stay on this live. They can leave, right? This is what I believe. I'm not holding them. I don't want to get to my sales call, and then they tell me, oh, we don't think the same way, or what. I rather get it over now that you know what I stand for. So when I get on the call with you, you already buy into the same mission as I'm buying into. I don't believe it should take a year to make 100K. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I did it, so I know that. I don't believe that. So people come to you based on what you visually put out there in the marketplace. And I'm going to give it more structure in a minute. People come to you based on what you decide to put out there in the marketplace. Knowing that, then they say, okay, she look in. So here's the thing. People come to me because I can relate to them because they may be an immigrant. I think Kathy's in here too. I think Kathy's from another country as well. They also can relate to me because I'm in finance. So each person come into me for a different reason, just like people are going to come into you for a different reason. Well, you're going to say to me, Sherry, how does that person come into me? How do they know that I have all these different characteristics and it's relatable to them, right? Y'all know about my struggle of my 430 credit score. Y'all know about me having to move into a 2-bedroom apartment. Y'all know all of that. So there's some people that can relate to my past struggle that says, hey, I hear what you're saying. So those characteristics do something what we call captivate their attention. I don't have time to go in captivate because we're doing a whole thing on that inside of our we're doing a whole training on captivate inside our 5-day challenge. So you need to come to the challenge to know that. But then after they come into you, they say, okay, well, what can I have, you have my attention. What can you do for me? And that's when you introduce your system of how you help them not to outlive their money, your system of how you help them not to stress about their finance. So the system, they're not coming to you for the system in the beginning. They're coming to you because you have exposed that you're just like them from the past. You were just in that same situation. They don't even care about what. That's why when y'all insurance people and y'all finance people start talking about software system, the system can do this, they don't care about that right now. All they want to know is, are you like me? Give me a 3 in the chat if this is making sense so far. 3 in the chat. They want to know if, are you like me? What is some pain issues that you went through in your past? And then you're saying, yes, I'm just like you. But then I found out by going to school, by getting my license, by getting my insurance license, by getting my tax number. But I went to school in some capacity. I went to a coach. I went to a conference. And I found out this thing. And I'm using this thing to help you live your best life, to help you have money in case something happened to your family, to help you stay out of IRS jail. Do you see what I'm saying? So what we do wrong is we're talking about the system immediately. We're talking about, I have a policy. I always say the product. The product is this. Your product is your. Yeah, I'm doing so good. We ain't even at the challenge yet. You want to talk about your product. I have an IUL product. They don't care about that right now. They just want to know, do they like you? So that's why on the reels that you do, your visibility is more about this than it is about this. Because the first thing is you're just captivating their attention. As they come into your system, as they come in, because they're coming into you because they find something familiar from you that they can relate to. If this is good, put good in the chat. And then when they get into you, then you're talking about systems and framework and products. Okay. When the lead come into you, then you can introduce them to your products. So that's why when you post on social media, nobody's answering you, or because you're leading them from a post all the way to your calendar. And they're like, nah. You just want to sell me something. You just want to sell me something. So y'all, if you're just joining me, we're talking about training you on boosting your leads for free, right? So you didn't even became my friend yet. I just made you my friend and now you're in my DM. You know, that ain't gonna work for me. So because the relationship has not been built yet. So we're gonna show you how to build relationship. That's what we're going to do right now. The next step is showing you how to build relationship. Give me a keep going in the chat if this makes sense. Give me a keep going. So when you are branding yourself, these are the things you're going to brand yourself about, right? These are the things you're going to brand yourself, all the different characteristics of you. And then when they come into you, how do you know they come into you? They're on your email list. They're on your email list. They're on your email list. I love y'all. Y'all say keep going. I love it. I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. They're on your email list. That's how you know that they are coming to you. That's how you, that's an example of how you know. That's a perfect example of how you know, right? They're on your email. That's an example. Or they called you or they DM'd you. That's what we call attraction marketing, right? That's what we call attraction marketing. They are reaching out to you, not you having to reach out to them. I love how y'all say good. I love it. Thank you. All right. So let me add that. So let me just keep going. I see keep going. I see keep going. Make sure that you grab your link for credibilitycashflowchallenge.com. We don't because we have such a short time. I can't dive deeper as much as I want to dive deeper. All right. So moving on. Whew, this was good. This is good. All right. So moving on. Now, the next thing I want you to look at is they're on your, she said, my email list. Are you asking me what is the email list? Ryan, is that what you're asking me? What is your email list? There's something called a customer relationship manager, like ClickFunnels. I use Go High Level. Maybe I need to do a thing on that too, but we'll go over pieces of that inside of the challenge. Okay. So let me know if that's what you're asking me. What is an email list? So I can go dive deeper on that. Okay. All right. So you got this part. Your characteristics of who you are. This is why, remember, your client that you're going to help is just an hour away from where you were. They're just a chapter away from where you were. They're just, if you're on chapter 9, they're on chapter 8. They're just right behind you, right? They're just right behind you on the knowledge that you know. So that's why you can not know everything and still be able to serve people, because the clients that you're looking to serve, they just want to know, can they relate to you based on the characteristics of who you are? So if I were you, your first action plan should be able to make a list of who makes you, of who you are, all the ups, all the downs, all the challenges, what makes you different, all of that. Put that in all of that, because that's your captivating content that get them to opt in to what I'm getting ready to show you right now. If this is good, put good in the chat. If this is good, you put good in the chat. So why would somebody want to opt into me? Because they can relate to me, because they too had a lower credit score, and they too went through the same challenges as me. They too want to be better. That's why they want to opt into me. All right, moving on. How much time I got? Because my team is going to be on me in a few minutes. Okay, I got 15 minutes. Y'all got 15 minutes. That's, y'all listen, you need to get credit. You need to click on the link to get your credibility cash flow. You really need to click on that link. Okay, because I only got 15 minutes. All right, so therefore, let me dive deeper into this. Now, with everything that I just said, the first thing you have to do, you have to decide. Let me say it again. You have to decide. You're gonna have to decide and be clear on what problem you're solving. You have to, no matter what you do, you have to be clear on what problem you're solving. Now, put in a chat what problem you're solving right now. Put in a chat, when it comes to your industry and your area of expertise, what problem do you solve? And I'm going to show you, right, the common pitfalls that hinder insurance agents and financial professionals from making six-figure months. I'm going to show you right now the common pitfalls that hinder insurance agents and financial professionals from making for making achieving six-figure months. I'm going to show you right now what that is. Whew. Okay, put in the chat what problems you've solved. Joyce said this is good. All right. Here is the issue. When you're solving a problem, you're on social media telling people that I solve. Oh, because I did. Oh God, I wanted to get on my Facebook group because some of y'all wrote it down yesterday when I asked y'all inside of the group. When I asked y'all what problem you solved, some of you guys mentioned that you solve. I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna read this off. Thank y'all for your patience. I'm gonna read this off. So when I asked that, what is it your expertise is in? Yeah, some of y'all said, final expense. I can keep going. IUL, infinite banking, and so on. That's a great problem to solve, but your target audience, boo, don't know what that is. That's a great problem to solve, but your target audience don't know what that is. They don't know what infinite banking or IUL is. They heard of it, but they don't know. They heard of it, but they don't know. So because you're trying to solve this big problem, and because people are like, remember, you have the degrees, the credentials, and all that stuff. They don't. So it's like a doctor come to you saying, hey, doc, what my problem is, and he's saying these big words. Like for me, we solve the lack of consistent cash flow in your business. We solve the lack of consistent cash flow in your financial business. That's the problem we solve. Now, that's a big problem, right? That's a big problem to solve. So if we solve the lack of cash flow, that's a big overarching problem we saw in my business. So when you tell somebody, oh, you solve a problem not to make people outlive their money, right? Outlive their money. Okay. Whoever, that's the problem you solve with your IUL products, right? So they don't outlive their money. Let's say that's the problem you solve. If I'm a client or if I'm a prospect looking at your content, that's too big. This outlive their money that is the problem you solve. So you got to understand you have your outside problem and then you have your smaller inside problem. If I don't want to outlive my money, there's some steps that I need to take to make sure I never outlive my money. So when you start up here advertising that you saw the $1 million baby, or you saw people using IUL and you saw their term life, whatever it may be, that's too big for them to grasp. Does that make sense? Yes, in the chat if that makes sense. Way too big. So they don't understand that. They don't get that because that's too big. So when you say you solve these problems, you got to understand who is watching, who's reading your content, who's talking to your content. So you got to get down to ask yourself, what do they need to know before? What do they need to, before they don't outlive their money? What are some steps that they need to know? Put that in the chat. If they don't want to outlive their money, what are some steps? For example, for me, we help you create consistent cash flow using my system. That's what we do. Our system helps you create consistent cash flow in your business. Now, knowing that, before you can do that, you have to know how to captivate your audience. So I got to go to what do I need to learn before that? What do they need to know before that? This is so important. Y'all are telling them, hey, I'm going to help you. If something happened to your family, you can pay off your funeral. Or I'm going to help you stay out of IRS jail. Well, they got it, but you're talking to a child. So your people are reading your content on social media is too big for them to grasp. So you got to think about what is the steps before they do that. Oh, this is so good. I don't think y'all getting it. This is so good. I don't think you get it. You got it. You got it. So you got to go back to what do they need before they get the big picture. Like me, in my case, before you, so you can have consistent cash flow, the big picture, you have to know how to captivate people on camera. You have to know how to use video marketing. I got to teach you the tools of how to use video and core message to combine that to captivate your audience attention. So that's what they need to know. So in your business, what are some things that a person may need to know before they know about IUL? What is that thing that they may need to know? They may need financial planning and budgeting. You know, these are all some things that they may need. They may need financial goal setting. They may need debt management way before they get, because let's be clear, if you're using something like an index universal life, they have to make a certain amount of money per month to overfund that account in order for it to be used effectively. Hello. So if they don't know how to budget their money in order, that product is not even good for them. Annuities and all that. So when you're telling them that you're helping with annuities, you got to break it down like a baby. So whatever that before thing, then let's say, y'all, if this is good, this should be an eye opener because y'all are quiet in the chat. So this must be really good. So if I'm going to teach someone not to outlive their money, what is the first thing? I need to know what their goal settings are, or I need to know I have to do a financial assessment. So if I'm doing y'all, this is so good. I ain't got much time. Y'all better please make sure you grab the link to sign up. If you already signed up for the challenge, put sign up in the chat so I can know who's already signed up for it. I'm talking for the challenge, and grab your VIP. So if I'm gonna think that way, then I need to be giving away the before lead magnet of what that person need, not the big what IUL can do for you, but the small thing of the before lead magnet. So that may be a PDF of a budget or a calculator or whatever it may be. Does that make sense? So here, money doctors one. She said, we are money doctors. What are the symptoms? Nikki, get a little bit clearer so I can understand what are you asking me a question, or you're just making a comment? I just want to make sure that I answer your question. Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. She said, we are money doctors. What are their symptoms? Correct. What are their symptoms? Correct. But we need to know before they get there, because we are saying that she said team play. Team, I love it. So one of the things that let me grab my notes. So I got off track. Give me a second. I apologize. I got off track. Let me grab my notes. So because what we were doing wrong before, we were trying to tell them we'll help you not outlive your money, but they can't grasp that. Like when I say consistent cash flow, y'all can't even grasp that. Y'all can't even grasp that, right? So therefore, you got to get down to their level and say, okay, what are some things they need to have in place? If I'm a real estate agent and I want to help people buy a house, that's too big, right? Okay. There's so much moving parts before you can buy a house. So if you want leads, you got to come down a little bit lower from the big picture to the lower problem, to the symptoms, and say, hey, what Nikki just said, what is the thing that I need? What do they need before they even think about buying a house, right? And whatever that thing is, you offer one of that thing, and that thing becomes your lead magnet. And that thing's become your lead magnet. So, for example, and it's the last one, y'all, before we go, because I'm sorry I don't have time. Well, I'm not really sorry, because you guys can just grab a free training for us to go deeper. So again, the big overarching problem is we don't want people to outlive their money. I'm just using that for my insurance professional. I'm just using it as an example. If you don't want people to outlive their money, and you want Facebook to say, I have a system that help you not to outlive your money, that's too big. That's way too big. They don't believe you. They don't trust you. So instead of you leading with that, what are the 1 or 2 steps that you need to know before, so they don't outlive their money? So we said they may need to do debt management. Because you and I both know that if they don't know how to do debt management, that policy is not going to work for them, right? They also may need to know what are financial assessment to understand their current financial situation. So financial assessment. Or they may need, what is their revenue goals? Like, what is their financial goals? Like retiring, such as retiring, education, funding, estate, planning, all that stuff. So they need some goal settings. Right? So before I can get to this, I need to know one of these things first before you can even introduce me to not outliving my money. Give me a yes, this in the chat if that makes sense. Give me a yes, this in the chat if that makes sense, because that's what we were doing wrong. What we were doing wrong is when we're trying to solve people's problem, when we tell them the problem we solve, we're telling them the big problem of what we solve. And they weren't ready for that yet, baby. They don't ready to eat the big cake. They just want a little slice of the cake. So here's what you do. You take one of these slices of the cake and you create your lead magnet on that. You take one slice of that cake and you create your lead magnet on the slice of that cake. That's what you do. And when you do that, you can give away a free finance course, or you can give away a calculator, templates, or you can give away something of value from what this is all what they need to do before. These are all the before you get to the big one, the big problems. Like, I can't tell you about creating your credibility if you're not willing to do videos. Or are you going to pay for ads? So either you pay for ads or visibility is your responsibility. So I can't tell you about creating consistent cash flow without telling you how to captivate your audience. It's the same thing in your business. When you get on social media telling people about a software or a system or a product you have, they can't grasp that. They're not in the Zoom webinar trainings that you're in. So you have to pick something. What do they need to know before they get into term life? Because half the people don't know what term life and whole life. They think they know, but they don't know. So you got to say, okay, before someone sign up for life insurance, what is the thing they need to know before? They will maybe need to know how much money they have that they can, because it's a consistent payment, right? So how much money they have. So they need to work on their finances or budget analysis or budget assessment. This is why you don't lead in a conversation that you're an insurance agent. You lead in a conversation that you're a financial professional that's offering a lead magnet for a budget assessment, right? Or a budget management. You may have a template or something they can use. And then all you're trying to do is get their email address. All you're trying to do is just to create a simple lead magnet. I don't know if I go down, you're going to be able to see it. All you're trying to do is create a simple lead magnet that get their name and address and telephone number to get on your email list. That's it. That's it. That's all you're trying to do is create something simple for them to get on your email list. And then when they get on your email list, now you have them in your system because they raised their hand and said, I'm interested in that. If I'm looking for something that's going to help me with my retirement, like a template that talks about goal setting for retirement, clearly I may be getting ready to retire. So I may need some annuities. So do you see how we reverse engineer the process? So you got to find out what they're going to raise their hand about. You got to find out what they're getting ready to raise their hand about. So what you're doing, you're trying to jump for the big fish too much. The person has to show you that they're interested based on the type of lead magnet that you put out there to make them interested. I got 2 minutes. What question do you have before I jump off? Nikki said, that's funny. I did a reel yesterday comparing term life insurance to a one-night stand to make it simple. Correct. But it has to dance, right? So it has to dance. Like if I know I want people to buy a house from me, I need to start at the bottom of the idea of, okay, I need to know how much money I'm making per month. So I'm okay with giving away like a calculator or a guide or a course or something in finance to get the ball rolling in their mind about that. I'm okay with giving away some type of mini. Here's the thing. Your lead magnet need to solve this problem, not this problem. When they come into your email or on your email list, then this problem gets solved. Y'all trying to go to the big problem too fast. All right, this is she said this is awesome. Thank you, Joyce. I hope you found value in this. Now, y'all, I have to hop off. But if you think hanging with me for 1 hour, you were able to get an idea of what you were doing wrong when your content is out on social media. And we solved that in like literally really 30 minutes, because the first part was just us getting to know the why of why we're doing this. What else can we accomplish in 5 days on our event, on our 5-day challenge? So I'm going to drop the link in here again, because I need you to click the link for you to sign up for a 5-day credibility challenge. And if you're already on the challenge, you already signed up, let me encourage you to go deeper to where you and I can have a conversation in our VIP experience, because when you're in the group, you won't be able to ask questions like you're able to do right now. But what your takeaway is, you have to create. She said, y'all better tap in. I love you. I love you. Follow the brand and follow the breadcrumbs. Yes. Yes, Nikki. Yes. Follow the breadcrumbs. If you haven't already, go ahead and put cash flow in the bottom. Put the word cash flow. And I have Angel or Jasmine send you over a link in your DM for you to be able to join. Just put cash flow inside of the chat right now, whether you're on Zoom, or YouTube or Facebook tuning in. Go ahead and put cash flow so we can have it over. Let me encourage you to get the VIP, right? Because I want to condition your mind to say you always want to pick the best for yourself. That's what I'm trying to install inside of you. Like, don't ever pick average. That's what my whole goal of this conversation. Hey, I got to jump off because I have another meeting, but I really hope this helped. So right now, your action plan, as we get ready to start the challenge, is to think about, what do you help people do? But what is the thing they need right before that? Before they can do this, before they can sign up for your product, what do you need to know from them before they sign up? And that is going to be your free lead magnet that you give away to them so they can get on your email list and you can start having conversation with them, right? Because people will opt in for something for free before they opt in to have a conversation with you. But we want to make sure your lead magnet is captivating their attention based on the problem that they can't think about buying a house right now if they don't even know if they have the finances to pay for the mortgage every month. They can't think about buying life insurance right now if they don't know if they can afford the policy every month. So what do they need from that, right? That's what I want you to look at. They can't think about doing their taxes or budgeting for creating a budget. I remember even with me doing hiring a bookkeeper, I didn't know if I could afford the bookkeeper. I didn't know if I was making enough money to even need a bookkeeper. So some of y'all are bookkeepers on here. Those are all things was on my mind. So I need you to create a lead magnet that changed my mindset of one. Then I'm like, and then my CPA is like, listen, either I come or Uncle Sam come. Which one do you want? Okay, all right. I'm going ahead and get me a bookkeeper right now, right? So you have to, those are the way you have to think. And then when you get them in with the breadcrumbs, like what Nikki, are you on? I think you already signed up for the challenge, I think. Or when you get them with the breadcrumbs, then they're slowly understanding through communication of what you're all about. All right. So put cash flow in the chat. I will have Jasmine or Angel send you over the link. Look for the link inside of your DM. I would highly recommend do the $47 because listen, Linda, $47 ain't nothing at all. How much client do you need to have to make $47? one. All right, y'all. It's your girl, Sherry Summers. Thank you for joining me today on our pop-up training. Send this training to somebody that needs it, and also send them the Zoom link to join us on the group. Thank y'all for the love. I appreciate it. And look in your inbox. We'll go ahead and have the cash flow link. All right. Talk to you later.